Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to Double Advantage, a D&D podcast where half of us have no idea what's going on at any given moment. It's complete and utter chaos, but guess what? God damn it, we love it. I am John, your Dungeon Master, and with me, like always, I have my beautiful friends BryceKrispie, Blazing Torchic, and Datsunami. How are you folks doing?
Hey!
Oh man,
How are you?
The intros, man, they take a lot out of me. But in order for me to catch my breath, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this next episode, Tsunami, I believe you have a very special announcement to tell to everybody. So take it away.
I do, as a matter of fact. So thank you very much. We hit the follower goal on my Twitch channel. 200 followers. We are getting the charity stream coming this Friday, May 28th. So be there. Definitely come by, support. We're doing Mental Health of America. A very important cause, help something that everybody has to be struggling with, But seriously, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing some VR scary games, some giveaways. Going to be playing Among Us with a lot of my friends. Be sure to come by and get involved.
Hell yeah, I will go ahead and send out a tweet with all the information along with the upload of this video. So for those of you who are watching, it's May 28th, yes?
Yes.
May 28th, 2021, for those of you who might be watching in future times. So you might have already missed it. Please come hang out. It's going to be a fun time. But does anybody else have anything else to say before we get into it?
Nope.
Alrighty. In the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, our beautiful band of adventurers had made their way back to the city of Itaro, home to our Arias Skald. Upon arrival, Arias had been upgraded to Sunlight Adept. See, I didn't have a problem with that this time. I had a lot of trouble last time. And Priestess Leah Mistralith had ushered them to go rest for the night, where they had met Buksabi, the tabaxi bartender, longtime friend of Skald, who basically had a little chit-chat and informed them of this mysterious group that has been plastering their symbol all over the city. Nobody really knows what they're about, except that they preach this idea of cleansing, and they seem to want to help the current situation of homeless population. So, upon gathering this information from Buksabi, everybody went to sleep, and Skald went the next day to let High Priestess Leah Mistralith know about these interesting circumstances, and they have plotted not an interference, but they have decided to partake in this meeting with some sources on the outside in case things get precarious. But before Skald left to go tell his friends, Leah Mistralith had notified Skald that they would be to participate in a tournament for the Liberation Festival if they did wish to partake. Tournament arc. And with that, Skald went back to the tavern, and you find your friends sitting down at this table, ready to prepare for the day ahead of you. Today is the day in which this meeting is going to be held. It is about mid-afternoon. I would say it's about 5 or 6. So you've got a fairly decent amount of time until this meeting is going to take place. But before I do that, I kind of want to set the scene a little bit, because all of this has been kind of interesting. So I kind of want to start with dates, so everybody kind of understands what's going on here. So in Eros, or the world of Eros, a year is 319 days, 24 hours per day, 7 days in a week, 10 months. The current year is 782. You would know specifically it'd be, well, how many of you would know this? All of you would know this probably, due to just stories and some of you studying. It is 782 PBE, which stands for Post Battle of Eros. For that, you can ask and I will grant you the information later if you wish to know. And so the months are as follows. So in the spring season, there is Veros, then Tiosh, then Clordunis, and then we transfer into the summer season, which is Mayad and Brahalir. Then the fall season is Rayar, Zykix, and Valoteg. And then the winter season is Sloan and Divahin. So that is the way in which the months progress. You would know the current day to be, I forget already because my brain sucks. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so it's a fairly normal type of calendar structure. Nothing too crazy. Okay, you would know it to be the 12th of Brahalir, which is the summer season, and the Liberation Festival is on the 16th of Brahalir. So those are just some dates for everybody so that you kind of understand what's going on. And with that, like I said, today or tonight is the meeting. So you guys are free to discuss whatever you wish to discuss, ask any questions from either me or from each other. It is all up to you.
Well, I think we should discuss the plan we're gonna go with for this.
Yes.
Agree.
So they wanted to meet up with the person, and they were going to be wearing a black cloak. And they're going to meet up at this spot. So, Sakudo, you can feel free to deny, or if this is too much, but would you be willing to be that person?
Sure, I'll go ahead with it.
I feel like this is right up your alley. Maybe if they have, try to get some information out of them, see what they're about. Like, we don't want to seem threatening in any way. We just want to know their intentions, if they are truly out for the good. If they are, then I say we just let it work out as it will.
Okay,
But
so just information gathering.
information.
I'll try my best.
I feel like we're gonna do great.
This should go well. Any other arrangements that are needed?
I want to be close by, so I'm going to need to get a cloak for myself, but not of the same. I'm going to just get a basic, like, tan one, just to hide my armor and stuff.
Okay.
I feel, Volstagg, how long can you? No, that would be too much. I don't want you to waste an animal ship. I was going to say maybe literally get a bird's eye view. Can you do that yet, or no?
Cannot transform into a flying creature, but I could always transform into a squirrel.
Okay, I mean, get up on top. Yeah, maybe, yeah, like, so you can scale the buildings and get across. Something along those lines, and it'd be very inconspicuous. Because I feel like we're going to have to tail them.
Should I
Well,
form a telepathic link?
absolutely. I always forget you can do that sometimes. That's a neat little trick.
Yeah. Any specific, like, both you and Volstagg, or just you?
Oh, do you have to can you only do this sometimes, because we actually will need to be linked up with the captain, well, not captain, there's a paladin that is going to be watching over as well. So I do want to get him in on the link. So I don't know, I think we're going to meet up with him at the church, so maybe we'll save this for, we're going to go meet up with him, and we'll save the link for there. So as far as equipment needed, I just need the cloak. Is there anything else we're gonna need in town? I don't believe so. I think we're pretty stocked up. Okay, yeah. I'll just grab a cloak, and we can head over to the church and get the link started.
Yeah. Let's get ready then.
All right.
Let's go.
So with that, you can up to you. You can easily purchase a cloak, or you could request one from the sanctum.
I'm just gonna get a basic crap cloak. Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, if you want to
buy
buy
one.
it, it's like, I mean, I don't really mess with the other units of coinage, but we'll say that you could buy one for like half a gold.
Right, that's just 5 silver.
Yeah, like 5 silver. Even though I don't really mess with silver that much, we could just say
That's fine.
you
Yeah.
could just say you tipped like another 5 or whatever, just for shits.
Sure.
So yeah, easy
I'm
easy
okay
to
with it.
purchase. A nice inconspicuously tan cloak. Nothing crazy, nothing fashionable. And yeah, so unless there's anything else you guys would like to do, you guys can wait out the night until you feel like it's time to go. Up to you, what you wish to do.
Yeah, no, we'll probably just hang around, get a
Yeah.
little food in us.
All right, you guys. If you guys purchase food, we'll just say 1 gold each for some food.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
Okay.
And so as you guys are eating, finishing up the last bit of your meal, Buksabi walks in. He looks to be taking over shift for the bartender who had just prepared your food and was keeping an eye on everything. He walks in, kind of doesn't notice you guys at first, and kind of just keeps walking behind the bar.
Hey, Sabi, what's up, my man?
My friend, good afternoon to you all. How are you doing?
How's your days off, my friend?
It was good. It's just nice to enjoy some time off sometimes. But
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But overall, it was good. It was very well enjoyed. But back to business as usual. What are your plans for the night?
Just going to go take care of a little bit of business, but be taking part in the tournament in a couple days, so.
Oh, that is exciting! Oh, I cannot wait to watch it. You guys are going to love it.
It's been a while since I've taken part.
And you're going to be in the tournament proper, yes?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're not very athletic, so I'm surprised they invited you.
Yeah, I hear that.
But I think you'll be good no matter. And he kind of understands after kind of remembering what you guys had last talked about. And he comes a little bit closer to you and he says, if you get into trouble and you need help, come to the back of the tavern. There's a door. If you knock 3 times, I'll know it's you. But if you need safe cover for a time, just you know
yeah,
what to do.
I'll give him a little wink. Give him a little wink as we're walking out.
He says, I'm sure you'll be fine, but it is precaution just in case.
Thank you, my friend.
Of course.
Always appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your meal, and I hope to see you guys here tonight.
Yep.
He nods.
Thank you, my friend.
He looks both at you, Volstagg and Sakudo, and he gives you a nod.
Just nod back to him.
Yeah.
All right, and he goes back into the back chamber, is the kitchen area. And so you guys go ahead, you finish up your meal. At this point, you're about, I would say, you've got about 30-ish minutes until the start of the meeting. So you guys go ahead and you start packing up, gathering your things, and start heading out to the sanctum. At this point in the night, it is dead quiet. Nobody's out. The sun is completely down. The only noises that you can hear are the shuffling of people lying down trying to find sleep within the streets. And you can hear, the birds kind of starting to slowly dissipate. And there's not much really to see. Are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you guys just trying to make your way there?
Just trying to blend in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just look like
All right.
normal.
Since you're not trying to sneak. If you're just trying to blend in and be normal, you know what? This never happens. Nobody ever used this. Go ahead and roll, all of you, a performance check to try and just act normal.
Oh gosh. Well, you know me, awkward as hell.
Oh.
That's not possible.
Okay. Looks like
Yep.
I'm living up to rogue status.
Okay. An 18 for Sakudo, 4 for Volstagg, and a 12 for Scald. All right. We'll say that overall, it's not bad. Volstagg, you're like, Scald's just like,
An
blend
orc
in.
in the desert.
Yeah, blend in, and you're like, okay. Actually, technically, Volstagg, you would have, well, no, you would have advantage on hiding.
Am I ever wild shaped yet?
No, unless you choose
Not
to be.
yet.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say the cloak that you had bought, the mantle that you had bought, when you had first bought it, it was a green foliage like color and material, and then when you had attuned to it
Right.
and had brought it out into coastline, it had turned into, it looked like water. Now that you're in the desert, it looks like the entire mantelpiece is made out of sand and grain, but solidified. It looks like a grainy texture. It doesn't feel like a grainy texture, but it looks and it kind of acts in that way. So it would have helped you if you were trying to hide, but so I think that, if anything, is making it stand out. And so, but nonetheless, you're able to safely and swiftly make your way to the sanctum. And you can see outside Octavius Dayglade, the paladin, out with about 6 of his men. And they're currently just finishing up a couple rations and preparing for the day. Or for the night, I should say.
Oh, sorry. Just remind me of his name.
Octavius.
Octavius. That's what. Doc Ock.
Doc
He's here.
Ock, he's here, boys and girls.
Okay, well, now I just picture him with goggles on and mechanical arms behind him. That's cool.
Yeah. For a refresher, he's a relatively tall, fairly built man, shaven head, very dark brown skin, kind of brown orange hazel eyes, and a chin strap beard that lines his face.
Okay. Ock. Do you mind if I call you Ock?
Yeah. Yes, of course. There's nothing wrong with Ock. Please.
So preparing for the night, we believe have a bit of a plan in place. My friend Sakudo here is going to be the one taking the meeting, and just trying to gather some information. So, I'm going to just be around. My other friend here, Volstagg, he's able to change his shape to an animal, so
Intriguing.
we'll be keeping an eye on the situation.
Wonderful. That sounds great. Me and my men will be around in a perimeter fashion. If you need any assistance, do you have a means of communication?
Yes, and that's Sakudo.
Pleasure to meet you,
Yes.
Sakudo. And he'll stick his hand out to shake yours.
I grab him and shake his hand. He's like, pleasure to meet you too.
All right. So, what exactly do we need to do to communicate?
Basically, you just have to stay within a mile of my location.
Okay.
And it's all in the brain.
Oh.
It's all in the brain.
Well, all right. Okay.
It's all in the brain.
My men will be scattered about, but if need be, I'll make sure to keep a close distance to you. And you'll be inside, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully things don't get lost there. I doubt it's a mile anywhere in any direction, so I think we'll be fine.
Also, I do have to roll a d6 to see how many hours this is gonna last.
Okay, go for it.
Come on, give me a 6. Let's go.
There's a 6. All right. So you guys watch as Sakudo kind of focuses for a minute, and you don't see it normally when you're not paying attention, but now that he's actually like focusing and you guys are looking directly at him, you can see that around his head are these faint red particles that for a split second shoot out and connect to whoever is a part of this, and then they all dissipate. So who gets this telepathic link?
Scald and Ock.
Okay, only Scald and Ock. Got it. Okay, so you form this link, and he says, all right, whenever you're ready, we can head out and gather some information.
Let's go.
All right, lead the
Let's
way.
go.
All right, and so he goes ahead and he gives directions to his men. They kind of fan out in this singular motion as to not group too far together. And so at this point, I need those of you who are going to be on the outside to stealth check. For Sakudo, are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just trying to act like a normal person?
I'd say I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay, so everybody roll a stealth check. Volstagg, are you turning into a squirrel? Or into whatever you're turning into?
Probably a squirrel.
Okay, we'll say because you're a squirrel and you're smaller, you'll have advantage.
Okay, I was gonna say I was looking up like squirrel in the.
Yeah, I don't think
I
don't think it's got. I can check though.
There's one in. Let's see, squirrel.
I mean, you can look up rat, and rat will be essentially
Rat's
the same.
probably going to give you the same thing. Okay, here, I think I found something.
That's unfortunate, Tsunami. A nat 20, but you have
A
disadvantage.
nat 20,
Nat
but
20, but
disadvantage.
disadvantage?
Oh, I got a 10.
That's actually not bad, though. It could be worse.
It's not the
for
worst.
Sure.
To be honest, I rolled a 6 and I still ended up with a 14. Like, jeez, my stealth stat.
Yeah, rogues are fucking busted. Okay, here. We'll just say it's a rat for the sake of things. So we'll go ahead. Actually, no, because rats are not stealthy. So
I mean, it's a rat with
Apparently not.
a tail.
but a squirrel.
Well, aren't we going?
with a tail.
Aren't we going underground though? So like a rat
Well,
would make more sense than a
Well,
squirrel.
I think he's staying up.
I am.
Oh, is
Surfing.
he?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
either,
okay.
let's just say advantage +0. I'm not quite sure how to roll
Unless,
that.
should I transform into like a mouse and follow you guys?
If a mouse would be better.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
But
so
it's like a matter of like, do you want to like get a good view of things? That was my.
because if he's a mouse, he could go
okay.
in with Sakudo.
But like I was.
Couldn't you go into like a tiny lizard and just sit on the wall?
That's
Because
also
I was just
true.
thinking like you could get up high, see if they have any eyes on us.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
That was
All
my
right,
only
yeah.
thought.
All right, we'll stick with the squirrel then, and we'll just.
Okay, so go ahead and roll stealth with advantage plus nothing, probably. I don't know.
Maybe plus
Am I
1?
rolling my stealth?
What's your stealth?
My stealth was +2.
I feel like that's fair. Yeah, just roll your stealth at advantage
Yeah.
because I think a squirrel's pretty stealthy if it wants to be.
Yeah. Oh wait, do I have to roll at advantage as well?
Do you roll at advantage? I don't. Okay, 14. That's good.
I don't know.
I don't.
I mean, I'll stick with 14.
I don't think
14
you. I
seems
don't
like
think you
that
would
be
get
fine.
advantage in this instance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's 14. Okay, so.
Okay.
Oh, let me roll for. Let me roll for Octavius. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna have to roll. Hold on. Mind my stupidity. Yeah, he's good. All right. So, with that, you guys go ahead and you start descending deeper into the city proper. You guys start to fan out a little bit while still keeping within a mile distance of one another. Volstagg, you go ahead and you climb one of these buildings, and you are now on this rooftop. You're kind of making your way by climbing across clotheslines that connect from building to building as you're kind of running across and trying to dodge in and out and weave through these home tops. Sakudo, you're naturally stealthy. Your cloak, nothing feels out of the ordinary. You're kind of just keeping a watchful eye. You're not used to being in cities like this, so you're trying to like find ways to like keep yourself away from the eye. You kind of pass by homes with the lights on. You're trying to make sure you're good. Scald, you've never been a stealthy person, and your armor doesn't help. But you're just kind of, it's just a light like it doesn't sound too crazy, and it's not really drawing any attention quite yet. So Sakudo, you have the note or the paper. That way you can figure out the coordinates. And after about 5 minutes or so of walking, you come up to the coordinates, and it is a old, withered and destroyed sandstone building. The window is broken and cracked in. The door has been kicked down and bent. No lights are on. There's what looks to be many like parts of chip damage where things have just been slammed into this building and just pieces have fallen off. And you go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. Oh, that was nearly a 1.
15.
Whoa.
Very good. You look around and you don't see anything. There's no light source. There's no visible people around this area. But you do hear as you get closer, you hear a small rocking sound, like a creaking sound. Back and forth. In a repetitive kind of timed motion. Yeah, like that.
So what? It's going at the same pace consistently.
Yes, it's a consistent pace.
Okay.
And that's as you get closer to the kicked-in door.
Well, let's see what's behind this door then.
All right, you go ahead and you press it in, and it kind of opens up, and you can see as you come inside. You have dark vision, yeah?
Yep.
As you walk in, you see an old man rocking in a rocking chair in the pitch black dark. Back and forth. Back and forth. Making no noise, making no sounds. The only sounds are from the chair. And as you walk in, he does not make eye contact with you.
Oh boy, that's intimidating.
Don't be intimidated, Sakura.
Don't let him get to you.
He's in your head.
You're in my head.
Oh shit, I am.
That's funny. I like that.
Well, I guess I'm going to approach the old man then. Seems like the most prominent thing in the room.
All right. You walk up to him and he starts. He's still rocking, and then as you get closer, he stops. And he looks at you. You can visibly see the struggle he has to turn his neck, and then it just snaps.
Wait, so hold on. So did he go into a building?
Yes, he did go into a building.
Do we have eyes on him in any way?
So go ahead and
Like-
make a perception check. Everybody who's trying to keep an eye on him.
Okay.
And
I has advantage.
you have
That's
advantage
my-
because of your shield. I don't know what a squirrel's perception is, but allow me to look it up.
Let's
I
see.
think he would use his own because
Oh,
he
you're
has
right.
his own.
You
Hmm?
use your own perception. I'm sorry. That is
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, this feels like Mission Impossible. Jeez.
Oh, a natural 19? Oh shit.
19 for 23. Yeah.
Oh, and a 15.
23 and
So we've got some
15.
good eyes.
Scald.
Wait,
Uh,
shouldn't Ock also roll? Or
Oh.
does Ock not need to?
He's not keeping watch on you. He's keeping watch for you.
Oh, okay.
So he's looking for something completely entirely different that I'll be rolling.
Yeah, I
on
was
the
gonna say,
side.
well, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
be keeping an eye on you while he's
Yeah.
keeping an eye on.
Your friends are
the
your
situation.
Okay,
eyes.
so he's
and
got a perimeter.
he's got a perimeter to protect you from things
Okay.
coming in. So if anything gets past Octavius, your friends will get it. Hopefully.
Okay.
Um,
Why do I
so-
feel like we're walking into a gang war?
So with 23, Scald, you have not let him leave your sight this entire time. You have kept an eye on him, and that's part of the reason why you weren't as stealthy, because you were more focused on making sure he was safe than being stealthy. But you have a solid eye on him. You watched him go in, and you can even see him a little bit through a broken window.
Okay, cool.
You have eyes on him. You can't see if he's talking to somebody or anything. You do see him in the building.
That's perfect.
Volstagg, once he entered the building, you lost all sight of him. So you know that he entered a building, but you do not know what's going on inside of there. But you have a very good eye around the building, making sure that everything is okay in that vicinity.
I'll give a thumbs up so far to Volstagg.
Yeah.
Just to let him
Give
know
a
everything's
little-
okay.
Yeah,
Little devil squirrel thumbs up.
you guys got
Woo!
line of
adorable.
sight of all of you. It's like a triangle. You guys got line of sight of each other. So yeah, double squirrel thumbs up. And so yeah, Sakuro, the old man. This is a halfling man, bulbous nose. You can see the gray hair coming out of the nostrils. And he just creaks his head and makes eye contact with you.
What do I do? Well, I'll just like tell him about the note and like the meeting that's supposed to be at these coordinates. So just like.
So you're here for the meeting, huh?
Yeah, I'm here for the meeting.
You got the note?
Yeah, I've got the note.
Let me see it.
Sure. Here you go.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
He
Don't like
looks at it, Smells
I
it.
don't like this either. Oh, why does she smell like it?
Shush. Smells it. Rolls it up. Puts it in your hand. It'll be that way.
Thank you.
And he points into an empty hallway with like, there's no door, but it's like a cloth that's kind of dangling in the way. And he just turns back and starts rocking again.
Oh, this guy. Well, I'll just head through the doorway then.
All right.
Both way.
You go ahead and you push the curtain back, and you are met with a descending staircase. Holy shit! Say that 5 times fast.
Descending staircase, descending staircase, descending staircase.
Oh,
descending
okay,
staircase,
show off.
descending
Fucking get off my show. No, I'm just kidding. It's our show. It's our show. Communism. Anyway, you see this staircase, and at this point there, you don't see a light at the bottom. It's just stairs descending into darkness.
Well, thank goodness for dark vision.
All right, so you go ahead and you start going down.
Yep.
Are you trying to be
I'll
stealthy,
inform
or are you just
Tsunami.
going for it?
Oh yeah, I'm being stealthy here.
Okay, stealth check for me, please.
Stealth check. Don't fail me now, and it hasn't.
11 plus 8, 19. All right, you are very stealthy. Every footstep is met with pure silence. You're making sure to not bump anything or get your clothes snagged on any rough pieces of wood or rock. And after about 30 seconds, it comes to a turn. And as you turn, it's more stairs going downwards, but now you can see a faint red-orange firelight. You can now see a bottom.
Okay.
So,
Well, let's continue down the stairs.
all right. You continue down the stairs. And you enter this chamber. About a 10-foot tall ceiling. The entire chamber is carved from the natural stone. It's a orangish gray brown coloration, reminiscent of the orangish sand that surrounds the desert. And you can see many cloaked people in this room, having conversations, sitting down, what have you. There's about 20 people in this room. It's a fairly big chamber.
Okay.
And there are a plethora of chairs and tables to sit in. And you can see at the front, or what would be the front of this room, a podium. You can see a podium, and behind that podium is a small group of people that is part of the 20, but about 3 people conversing to themselves. And then the other people are either sitting down, not talking to anybody, or having small conversations. And everybody is cloaked. The light in here is very dim, just enough for there to be light, but you are not able to gather any faces. You presume nobody can see your face. It is very discreet and very secluded.
Okay.
So that is what you
And
see.
I'll just ask in his head. I lost sight of you. Are you good?
Yeah, in a small chamber. Ceiling's around about 10 feet high. 20 people I can see, I think. Seems casual at the moment.
Okay. Just remember we're right here. I'll come barging in.
Yep.
All right. So at this point in time, I need Volstagg and Skald to make perception checks, please.
Oh no.
Once again,
Let's
Skald with
see.
advantage.
Scoop, scoop.
I always get nervous when there's a perception check with no explanation.
Dirty 20.
All right, 20 and 13 for Volstagg. All right. As you are keeping an eye out, Volstagg, you see a person walking towards the direction of this place. And for a minute, you're worried that they're going to start heading towards this building, but they start heading in another direction.
Okay.
You can see that from the top perspective. Scald, as you're keeping an eye out, making sure everything's okay, you're on the ground, yes? You're not like up in a building?
Yeah, no, I was ground level.
So you really only have like you have a very minimalistic view of everything. But you do see, as you look down a corridor, you can see at the end of the corridor Octavius meets your eye. And can a person telepathically communicate to anybody in that triangle? Or can they only communicate to you and you to them?
See, that's what I was trying to figure out. From the looks of it, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them, so I don't believe so.
Okay. So he looks at you and then has a confused look on his face, waiting for a response.
And I'm literally just like half like confused face, thumbs up, like,
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
And so
Why is he there?
Sakudo, in your head you hear Octavius. Can we not communicate to each other? We have to communicate via you.
Yeah.
All right. Can you notify Scald that we haven't seen anything suspicious yet?
Sure, I'll get right on that.
Thank you.
God, I'm like a telephone operator.
Yeah, that's exactly what you are at this point.
Right, so I'll just notify Scald that they've seen nothing yet.
What? Thanks, but I don't know why he couldn't just come over to me and tell me that I see him. That's fine.
So what, you're telling me you two are looking at each other?
Literally, like, I can see him right over there.
Why am I being told to say things then?
I love this.
You know, I don't know. It's fine.
Oh my god.
He means
Fucking
well.
literally Mission Impossible. Like, this shit is impossible. But yeah, as you're saying that, Sakudo, you watch as a person from that group of three that was behind the podium steps up to the podium and kind of taps on the podium. And everybody kind of turns, and you sense that this is a call to sit down as everybody begins to find a seat.
Okay. I'll just notify Scald that the meeting's starting.
Ooh. Oh, well, here we go. I mean, this should be at least something. We'll learn something from this.
Indeed we shall.
All right. So as everybody sits down, the sound of conversation begins to dwindle as it kind of gets eerily quiet for a second. And you see this person step up to the podium, cloaked. You can't see a single thing. No features of clothing, no features of face or race. Absolutely nothing. You see hands touch the top of the podium, but they're gloved. This is purely meant to be a non-disclosed, a secretive meeting that nobody wants to be caught in. That's what your take is.
Okay.
And this person clears their throat and begins to speak and says, "Welcome, friends. We are extremely glad to have you join us here tonight. Your presence indicates your desire for change, and we wish to be a beacon for those of you to follow. You might be asking yourselves, why must we be concealed? And that is a valid question, a question in which I have an answer to. As you may know, the government doesn't take lightly to opposition. One wrong step, and we all end up in prison for treason and conspiracy against the government. Rest assured, what we intend to achieve is not a government overthrow, but we wish to merely have a conversation. In fact, one of our members had a meeting with Lord Klein this evening. It's part of the reason why we've asked for you to join us here tonight. They shall be arriving soon, and they will be able to brief us on the conversation. I would like to remind you that we do not intend to reach our goals through malice. We intend to be civil. Hiding, being secretive, is just a precaution. I do hope that you all understand this sentiment. And everybody begins to nod, and you can hear, like, yeah, of course, yes, of course, yeah. Nods of agreement and confirmations of understanding. And with that, Scald. You see a person begin to approach the building. They are cloaked, hooded, and being stealthy. But with your 23, you can't see them. So I think Volstagg, you would probably not see this.
Okay.
You would probably be too far to kind of start making out details because your dark vision only lasts a certain distance. But Scald, you do see somebody begin to approach and then enter the building. So
Okay. I'll let Sakuto know. You got one more coming in.
Yeah, we're expecting one more.
Okay. Good.
So he goes ahead and he backs away from the podium, and conversation just begins to happen as normal people are just discussing. And a person who is sitting next to you, Sakuto, turns and says, "So, what do you think about all this?"
Well, I can understand that point of being, like, wanting to hide just in case of, like, as a precaution. Of course, this government does not like opposition. Is this the first meeting? Sorry, this is my first meeting. Is this the first one ever, or has there been ones before?
There's been a couple. There's been about 3. I'm pretty new here too, but yeah, it's I'm a little concerned with the fact that nothing's really getting done. So I understand their desire for civics, but I just feel like nothing's getting done.
Okay, so progress is stagnant at the moment?
Yeah, but maybe this meeting will fix something.
Hopefully.
Yeah. He just turns back. You couldn't get a sense of what race this person was. Everything is dark. Can't really see skin. You have no clue who any of these people are, and probably for good reason. And as that conversation ends, you see that from the same area you came down from, another cloaked individual begins to descend the staircase. And briskly, but relatively calmly, walks up to the podium. Sets down a book, opens it and sets it down and goes to talk to the 3 people. And then another person comes up, and it is the same person that had given the speech prior, and says, "It appears that our conversationalist has arrived. Thank you for your patience, and let us hear what he has to say." And that figure just walks backwards, and the figure who had descended the staircase comes up and begins to speak. And you can immediately tell that this person is upset. "I would like to start off by thanking you for coming. I can sense that all of your hearts are in the right place. But it appears that Lord Julius Klein does not share that same inclination. Our conversation did not produce favorable results. It did not seem fruitful. If you wish to know what we conversed about, I had proposed to him an idea, a concept that could potentially help within our situation. I proposed a small tax increase on the wealthy in order to reduce the class gap and use those allocated funds to help those who need it. By using those funds to build new homes and offering jobs in construction in order to build those homes. And, not surprisingly, he refused such an idea, claiming that there would be outrage amongst the rich, as if that was a priority. We all know the real reason he refused. He doesn't want to upset the wealthy because they funded his election campaign. He cares not for those in need. His good guy act is all a facade, a gimmick, to fool us into thinking he's just in over his head when in fact he's a lying scoundrel who favors only the wealthy. And immediately people are getting riled up. People are like, yeah, how dare he? Getting upset, starting to stand up a little bit. He never cared about us for a second. So why should we pay him any mind? And people are just continuing to chant, yeah, he's right. And the person who had announced everything at the beginning comes up and says, all right, that's enough. He denied the proposition, so we try again. And we keep trying until we meet a common ground. And the other person says, why should we? It's obvious he has no intention of helping those in need. He doesn't deserve to hear another word from us. And the first guy, no. This is not who we are. We will not resort to anything other than civil discussion and intellectual ways of thinking. We are Sophos Ophidia. Sages with profound wisdom and an inclination for equality. We will not stoop to their levels of idiocracy. And you watch as the one guy who was the conversationalist just picks up his stuff and leaves. The stepping is angry, and it is quick. And the person who pissed him off, quite frankly, steps back up to the podium and says, my apologies. You must understand the frustration. I promise. It's just another obstacle that we will have to overcome. We will find ways around it, believe me. But until then, I think it is okay to take your leave. You'll be notified for our next meeting, but until then, enjoy your liberation celebration. Enjoy the festival. Stay safe. And good evening. And he steps back down off the podium, and everyone stands up and starts conversing once more, and the same guy, Sakudo, who had talked to you previously, comes back and says, Jesus. Well, he doesn't say Jesus, but he says, Gods, how does it come to this? How? God, he's a right prick. Oh man, so much for stagnant development, huh?
Yeah, certainly seems like there's been a bit of progress.
Oh, I don't know.
Although not in the right direction.
Not in the right direction at all. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not going to come to the next meeting. I don't really like where this is going. I don't think anything's ever going to get done. It's just going to crumble into nothing. A waste of time.
It was.
Nah. If anything, it'll just be a waste of time. Anyway. Good night.
Night.
And he walks off. And people start leaving. And that group of 3 begins packing stuff up. And they're kind of just staying behind. So, what do you wish to do now that everybody's leaving? And now, Skald and Volstagg, you see people are beginning to exit.
Okay. Well, they're not leaving in a rush, so I guess that's a good sign.
Right, so I'm just gonna basically communicate exactly what happened to Scald, and just say I'll give more of my opinion once this whole thing's over.
Right.
And I'm going to approach the 3 potential leaders of this.
All right. As you walk up, you hear subtle whisperings, and you can hear one person go, "I don't understand. Why?" And as you walk up, you can see these 3 people, and the person who had spoken had a unique pattern on the cuffs, so you can tell them apart. And he comes up to you and says, "Yes, may I help you?"
Yeah, sorry, this was my first meeting. I'm not really sure what exactly is going on here. Like, is this normal?
Yes, my apologies. This must not have been a great meeting for newcomers. My apologies. No, it's not usually like this. I thought maybe we were making a step in the right direction, but it seems that we need a new approach. Once again, my apologies for my compatriot. He can be level-headed and hot-headed at the same time sometimes, and today was just, I guess, the seal in the coffin.
Yeah.
For him.
Understandable.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I do feel sorry that you had to witness that, especially as a first-timer. But I assume you share our beliefs.
Oh, of course.
The government doesn't do what they should, and I like to believe that. I thought Klein was a good guy, but it seems that he is not. I didn't think that this was something that would happen. I thought at least if he was to deny our request, he would just respectfully do it. Well, nonetheless. Well, we're just gonna have to see what happens, aren't we?
Yeah, hopefully it takes a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I hope so too. Have a good night then.
You too.
He nods. And so, everybody has pretty much left at this point. Except the 3 people who are kind of just cleaning things up. So, you can do what you wish.
Well, I don't believe there is any more information I can gather if everyone's left, so I think I should head up top now and notify Scald that I'm heading up.
Sounds good.
You were able to find them then? Talk to the leaders?
Yeah, I was.
Nice. Well, like I said, let's gather ourselves back and debrief.
Yeah.
Alright, so you go ahead and you make your way up the staircase. The same old man is rocking in his chair, not paying any mind to you.
Shudder as I walk past him.
What'd you say?
I just shudder when I walk past him. Just,
Ooh.
don't like him.
So yeah, you make your way out, and immediately you make eye contact with Scald. And you look the other way and you can see Octavius. And he gives you a nod. And so, where are you guys heading?
Why are we debriefing?
Probably back at the church.
Let's head there then.
Alright, you guys go ahead and you make your way. I need stealth checks from all of you.
Oh boy, I love doing stealth checks.
It's my favorite.
Like it. I love my stealth stat.
What?
I can roll
hell.
3 and still with an 11.
Alright, 11, 2, and 18.
Oh, disadvantage screwed you there.
Yep.
You are not stealthy. at all.
No. No.
As you walk by houses, lights turn on.
Fuck.
You're pretty much waking up the entire block. But nobody does anything about it. People are just like, whatever. So, doesn't really do anything now. That you know of. I'm just kidding. So, yeah. You go ahead and you meet back at the front of the sanctum. Octavius and his men meet up with you shortly thereafter. And he says, "All right, what did you deduce?"
Well, the person who spoke with Klein clearly wasn't happy. The proposal was rejected for a tax increase on the rich. So,
Which makes sense, but why was he so hostile about it?
he believes that the government is corrupt in favor of the wealthy, that the only reason that the proposal was rejected was because the wealthy are funding the campaign for Klein.
And as the entire...
Again, not surprising.
Well, of course not, but he has never seemed like a hostile individual, so this is kind of surprising.
Yeah, the way he was acting, he seemed like he was trying to rally all of the people
Yeah,
in the building against Klein.
that's what I was getting. It seemed like he was trying to almost get an army to go against this guy. He was riling them up. That can cause all kinds of anarchy.
Do you believe then this to be a person trying to alter the course of this organization?
Yeah, I felt like there might be a split soon, because the leaders who started the meeting, the three at the back, they clearly did not take favor towards how the spokesperson was acting. They strongly rejected it, so I believe there might be a split soon.
Well, a split is better than a full group headed towards anarchy.
Indeed, although a lot of the room seemed to agree with the rallying.
I mean, it's one person, right? I mean, I'm sure the three will have a conversation. Try to talk him out of it. There's not much we can do at this point, right?
Yeah. Also, was there any significance towards Sophos Ovidia?
Not that we have deduced. We studied Draconic here, and we couldn't figure it out. But,
Well, I believe that's the name of the organization.
well, that's a good bit of information. Now we know it's not a phrase or a saying. It's a name.
Yeah, the leader, given by the difference in the cuffs, he said, "We are Sophos Ovidia," so there is still potential for it to be a phrase of sorts, but to me it seems more likely to be a name.
It could be all the above at this point.
Indeed.
Well, until new information arises, there's nothing we can do. At least we've deduced that not all of them share the sentiment of hostility.
Yeah,
Which
we'll have to get
bodes-
information on the next meeting.
That bodes well. Did you get a notification of when this next meeting might be?
No, but I know it's happening, and there have been previous ones.
Okay, that's good. Well, until we get anything new, I guess we wait until... I presume after the Liberation Festival. I mean, unless they have another meeting, then we would need to be notified, but... I don't think it would be until after that.
I would have someone keep an eye on that building.
I'm sure we can put somebody there. Well, the High Priestess is already asleep, so, tomorrow, Skald, if you could, all of you actually, come brief her. That would be excellent.
Absolutely.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
with that, I think it's time for us to take our leave for the night. Thank you, once again, Sakudo. Without you, I don't think that we would have gotten this information at all.
No problem.
Well, you two have a good night now.
You as well.
And he nods, and he begins to take his men back inside the sanctum. So, you guys are now free. Do you guys want to head back to the tavern? What do you wish to do?
I mean, yeah, I'm good to
Okay.
just head
Yeah, I was gonna
back.
say,
But...
probably just head back.
All right, you guys go ahead and
Yeah.
head back. Non-stealthy, I assume? Or are you still trying to be stealthy?
No.
Yeah, no, I'll not be stealthy.
Okay, so you guys just walk back. You walk in, fairly busy night, starting to dwindle down. At this point, it's probably about 11. And you can see Buksabi is pouring drinks and taking orders and notices you. And he nods. Basically,
Nod back.
like a nod of, good to see you're safe.
Yeah, just give him a nod back.
So, the night is yours. You can go to sleep. You can get some food. You can have a conversation. It is completely up to you. You do know that you would want to go talk to the High Priestess tomorrow. So, whatever you wish to do is up to you.
Yep, I was just gonna sleep for the night then.
All right. So you guys go ahead and you bed down for the night. You can go ahead and restore anything that you might have lost. I think the only person who lost something would have been Volstagg for a
Wild
shape. So you're good.
I get my free psychic whispers back.
You do get your psychic whispers back. And you guys wake up rejuvenated. And you guys meet downstairs. And so, do you guys wish to go brief the High Priestess?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
You guys go ahead and you make your way there. Beautiful morning. Hot as hell. It is the summer months. So it is scorching in this bitch. You can see that people are already starting to set up for the Liberation Festival. It is currently, I believe, the 13th. So you have the Liberation Festival on the 16th. So people are setting up a little bit early, but they're just getting things ready. You know, decorations. You can see that they're making tapestries and paintings, prepping for any goods to sell specifically for the festival. And it's hustle and bustle per usual. And you walk in to the sanctum. And you just head straight to her chambers, Skald?
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and you head straight in. You knock. You hear her voice grant you entrance. And you walk in, and she's currently reading a book at a desk. And she looks up and she says, "Ah, yes, I've been expecting you. Please, sit down."
Yeah, sit down.
Would any of you like a drink?
No, thanks.
Okay. If you do, just ask me. So, last night, what happened?
Should I take the forefront with this one?
Yeah, by all means.
Okay. So basically, we infiltrated the meeting as planned, and so far from the looks of it, the leaders are not one for violence. They clearly want a more calm approach to this, a more methodical, more conversation over violence. They clearly don't agree with what went down, which was that the person who proposed the idea to Klein, he got very agitated, started to rally the people in the audience. There seemed to be a bit of tension between him and the leaders.
So, wait. One of them had a meeting with Klein.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I didn't mention it because I didn't think it was important, but I also have a meeting with Klein today. Like, right now. I didn't know that this was going to connect so quickly. This is important. Okay, so it didn't go well, is what you're saying.
No, clearly it didn't go well. Klein refused the proposal quite fiercely.
Fiercely? I mean, he's not a great leader, but he's not an ass. Oh, this is going to make things a lot interesting. do I mention it to him? Do I even ask? Or is that going to piss him off?
I wouldn't for now.
I mean, I feel like something has to be said. I mean, he's... I don't know.
If something is said, it might arouse suspicions to where the information came from.
That's a fair point, but it doesn't seem like him. I don't know. Okay, so it didn't go well. He got angry. He tried to spark revolution?
That's certainly what it felt like.
And the other people at the top did not agree.
No, they did not.
Well, that's good.
However, the audience definitely seemed to have some agreement with him.
Well, everybody gets a rise out of anger, frustration. I don't know what... I mean, at least they're not all wanting this thing that this person wants.
Sure.
But the underlying goals are that of good, yes?
That's the impression I got. They only want good.
Well, it's good then, yes?
Yes.
Seems... Well, at least that weight is kind of lifted off my shoulders a little bit, but... Now another weight is whether or not Klein is actually that much of an asshole. I don't...
I'll have to wait and see.
Have you ever gotten that impression, Scald?
Not me personally, no.
He's never come across as such. I personally, I find it hard to believe. But it's part of the reason why I want to ask. Because what if we're not getting the whole picture here? I feel like... I don't know. Because if he lies to us directly, then we know something's going on with him. Because what if they're right? What if he's just playing the good guy act to gain favor? That's not good. We might need to. And you hear a knock at the door. And she looks at all three of you. She says, "Yes, come in." And you watch as the door opens. And Scald, because you know what he looks like, you see Lord Julius Klein
Uh-oh.
walk into the room.
Oh, when she said meeting, she meant like right the fuck now. Oh.
Oh. It's about to get interesting.
And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Oh.
So, we're going to have to find out what exactly is going on in this weird predicament of who is who they are and who is lying about it.
You had to leave it on a cliffhanger.
I have to. It's getting interesting now. It's getting interesting now.
We're getting into politics, and that's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode. We do hope that you enjoyed. Please come support the charity stream over on Tsunami's Twitch. We will love to have you there, and I expect to see you guys there. We do not expect for you to donate, but we do expect you guys to just come and have a great time, and support our boy. Support our boy.
Hell
who's
yeah.
supporting a good cause. So once again, thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and enjoy your squirt sticks. Peace out, guys.
Squirt
I
stick.
was going to say that.